Today I'm going to talk about cucumber tallies. The cucumber tallies are generally done between two areas of cloth stitch, quite often in a foot side between two trails, and these use the two workers from each of the trails to form the tally with. Now I'm showing you here on a piece of Buck's Point from the Buck's Point Lace workbook, and I'll be just making the edging of this just to show you how it works. Now this edging could actually be added on if you've got a narrow edging like this and want to make it just that little bit wider. You could add an extra trail on. So I've set up the two trails that I'm going to show you the work with, and we have a couple of passes on each side, change of worker edge, and I've worked it to the point where I'm ready to work a cucumber. So you come along to this point and you put 3 twists on each pair of workers and put the pin up. And you do this for both sides. Now there are two ways of working this. You can either work it so that your worker ends up on the same side it starts with, or you can do it where it ends up on the opposite side. Barbara Underwood's book, the Techniques book, tells you to do it so it ends on the opposite side, but I find sometimes if you end up on the same side you started as, it makes these loops a little bit more sharp, but that's personal choice. Just try them out, see which way works for you, and then stick with it. And just remember which way you're doing, particularly on one piece where you've got a lot like this. I'm going to start with it on the left side, and I think I'll end up with the left side as well. Now, a cucumber tally is wider than it is long. So it doesn't want to be like a square tally with complete square, it wants to be a rectangular tally. So I'm starting by weaving it from the left over and under as you would do any normal tally. And usually around 8 weavings is about right. That's 5, 7, and if I'm going to end up back on there, I then put 3 twists back on the worker. And again, leave this loose until you've secured the other side. Put the 3 twists on there. You've already got the pins in, so you don't need to put the pins in. And start by securing the side opposite to where the worker's finished before you do anything with the worker. And this is the one where I've finished with it on the same side as I started. And I'll show you the other way in a moment. And I always do 2 or 3 rows where I can do this to secure the non-worker side, because it does prevent it pulling out of shape much more easily. If you only do it with 1 row, it's prone to pulling out of shape. Now on something like this you could actually work it down as far as your next tally if you wanted before you work the other side. Obviously if you were working this as a piece of lace, the amount on the other side you could do will be governed by how far you got with the ground and the rest of the pattern. But because it's just for a quick video demonstration, I haven't got that issue. So I'll leave that at that side, then come across to this side. I've put the twists on. I'm going to shorten this now, but remembering which one is the worker. But because I've secured it, it shouldn't pull out of shape anyway. You can see it's now pulling it quite nicely into the nice rectangular shape, and I can continue working. I'll take it down to the next one and see if we can see the difference with making it into one where it ends up on the opposite side. I'm only putting 2 twists on where I'm going around pins, but when it comes to do the tally, it's 3 twists before the tally, or the cucumber tally even. It's generally 3 twists of tallies as well, unless it's a leaf-shaped tally. So I've come to this next one, and this one's going to have 3 twists. So that's ready for the tally on the left side. Come across and finish the right side trail, ready to do the next tally. And it's 3 twists again. So this time I'm going to start on the left, but I'm going to finish on the right, see if it makes any difference. It's just personal choice, I think. So again, lengthen the second one, remembering it's going to finish on the right. So you're going to have an odd number of weavings. And it may be you like the extra weaving by doing 9 instead of 8. Better as well. It does make it slightly more substantial than the 8 one. 7. And that's 9, so that you finish on the opposite side. Put the 3 twists on again, both sides. Now, because the work is on the right, I'm just going to secure the left first. And just do 2 or 3 pins, and then secure the right hand side, and then see if we can see the difference. It will be very, very slightly thicker having the extra weaving, and as I say, it's personal choice which you prefer to do. I think that one will suffice there. Let's do this one. This video is for a request that I had about cucumbers. So I hope it helps, and if you've got any requests, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. Some videos can be done quite quickly like this one, and others do take a bit longer planning and actually executing. If it's an example, I've been requested to show mounting lace, but that means I've got to have a piece of lace finished to be able to mount it. So obviously that's going to take me a bit longer to get around to filming. Do one more pin, and then I can take the centre pins out and show you the results. I'm just going to take the pins out of camera, and then I'll show you the results of the 2 different ones. So that's the result of the 2 different ways of working it. As you can see, the second one is slightly fatter or longer, and the first one maybe not quite so substantial. So it depends what sort of look you want for your lace as to which method you choose. But as I say, pick one, stick with it, and see how you get on. Feel free to leave me a comment afterwards and let me know what you want to see next, and I'll be filming lots more videos coming soon. Subscribe and you'll hear about them first. Thanks for watching.